Are you guys ready for a room makeover?
Welcome to the dumping ground of our house move. I don't know about you, but when you move into a new home, is there a room that just tends to collect everything you don't know what to do with? Because that was this space. But we're going to turn it into my office.
I thought that I would kind of take you along on a design journey because so often I do all the planning and then I just execute, and I share that process with you, but I don't necessarily share the design process, what's going through my mind when I'm looking at a space. And so to be honest, this room is tiny. It's a 9 by 10. It doesn't even barely fit my daughter's double base, which is larger than I am. And so I'm going to turn it into my office, but it also needs to serve the purpose of a makeshift guest room if we have, sleepovers happening, or if my husband or I are sick and one of us needs to get kicked out of the bedroom so the other person can sleep. Like, we have to have a functional space, but we also have to have a space that I can use on a daily basis as my office. And this space is extremely overwhelming to me because it's so very tiny and it needs to serve that many purposes. So let's talk through the design. The room is actually so small that like half of my video camera right now is recording the door because I have nowhere else to put it so that you guys can see into the room. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge to film for you guys. Apologies in advance for any weird shots that I give you. We all want to support our children's dreams, but if they want to play a double bass, maybe ask them if they want to try the violin instead. Just saying. Now I've cleared out the room. I've had some time to process what I want to do in this space, and my goal is to spend almost no money. It's a big goal because things cost money, but I'm really trying to use what I have on hand, repurpose items, create out of nothing, and I decided I'm going to wallpaper the walls. This is the winning combo. I'm gonna do something a little bit different than I had originally planned. So wallpapering the walls, and the other big DIY is going to be building a desk. Now, am I particularly skilled in building furniture? No, I am not. Have I ever built furniture before? No, I have not. So I hopped onto Craftsy, who is today's generous sponsor. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. And I wanted to learn from their skilled woodworkers, their skilled carpenters. I found exactly what I needed. I originally became a member of Craftsy when I got into bread because I wanted to learn the science behind it, and the Bold Baking Academy, all about bread course, did the trick. It was wonderful. And then as I dove deeper, I found out how much this online community really offers. Over 2,000 online classes, 20 categories that span a very large range of skills like knitting, sewing, crafts, painting and drawing for your artists, cooking and baking, writing, photography, gardening, and of course, woodworking and interior design. While I am very skilled in hanging peel and stick wallpaper, I haven't done a lot of pasted wallpaper, so I went on Craftsy. I found some videos from very skilled instructors that taught me step by step how to hang wallpaper, and now I'm ready for this portion of the project. And there are lots of amazing classes on there, and this is really exciting. The first 1,000 of you to click the link in the description get a full year of the premium membership on Craftsy for $1.49. Make sure to check it out. You'll be a very well-rounded individual as you continue taking their courses. Now for the plan for this room. Now, like I said, I don't want to spend any money on this project. Not realistic. I know I'm going to have to spend some, but where I can cut costs, I'm going to. And one of those ways is with this floor. I ripped out the original 70s orange carpet when we first moved in. I couldn't stand it. And all it is subfloor. It's not in great shape, honestly. And so for the last almost year, I have just had a rug down with a rug pad that's even too large for the rug. That is how little I cared about this room. And now that I actually am trying to make it look nice, the easiest and most cost-effective way to upgrade this space is going to be to paint the subfloor. No money spent because I have all the paint on hand and all the materials. 0 is my favorite number in this project. And then I'm going to cut the rug pad to size. And I'm gonna put a rug back down over top of it. And you will hardly even see the painted subfloor because the rug is so large and the room is so small. All a part of the plan. And then I'm gonna move on to more important things. But we gotta start with the foundation. I have all of these super fun wallpaper samples from Sandberg Wallpaper, and it's from my local Repcolite store. If you're in Michigan, make sure and check them out. And I cannot wait to create something out of these. They're so pretty.
Day 2 of the office design process. I was inspired overnight. I started to just really key in on what I wanted to feel like when I was in the office. And I wanted to feel inspired and light and airy and happy. And I came up with an idea for the wallpaper. I tried to find examples of it online and I couldn't. And that's not to say that it hasn't been done. I'm sure it has over time at some point in history, but I could not find an example of it. So I'm gonna go today and hunt for some furniture, maybe a little cabinet or something. And I'm gonna take you along with me. Who knows if we're gonna come home with anything, because the thrifting process can take many, many trips, but I'm feeling inspired today. So let's go shop. I was really just on the hunt for anything that felt inspiring to me. I really loved this antique rug. It had some rough areas, but for the most part, it was in pretty good shape, but out of my budget. Then I found this really cute vintage wicker piece. I'm gonna use it as a trash can. It's a really easy way to add some texture and character to the room. And then I found this really beautiful desk, and I second guessed myself to build my own, but also out of budget.
I really want the design of this room to be really fun and happy and motivating when you walk in. I don't want anything dreary. And so I'm gonna do this combination of wallpaper, the flowers on the top. This is gonna act like a mimicking beadboard, and they're gonna be so pretty. And then I'm gonna try and build a desk with my Craftsy knowledge and leftover pieces of our downstairs built-in shelving. See how that goes. Let's talk about the design of some of these wallpaper samples. These 3 I nixed early on because they're a bit too formal. I think they'd be really beautiful in like a dining room or a kitchen or a formal office. But like I said, I really want mine to be really fun and happy and whimsical. And so those ones were too elegant. They got nixed. Then we're looking at these combinations, which are really fun. This one, I love the color and the pattern and the combination of the two, but it felt a little bit too young, a little girlish perhaps. So then I landed on these ones. Originally I was looking at this combo, and then I decided I didn't want dandelions because it made me feel like it was a weed. And then I found this beautiful one, which the pattern, when it's up on a wall, when you see more than just a sample, is gonna be absolutely stunning. And I love the combo with the stripes. It just feels like the top half is a little bit more polished, and the bottom is like a fun little, I don't want to say carnival, but it just like reads fun. And so I can't wait to get this combo up on the walls.
So with the initial design in mind, time to get to work. I had to scrape some of the old carpet off the floor, clean all of the baseboards, and get it prepared to prime and paint the baseboards and the floor. This is a very temporary, short-term fix that might turn into a long-term fix. So I'm gonna make it as best as I can to use no money to update this flooring. It's gonna change the whole space.
We're painting today, and it doesn't have to be neat or pretty, and that's my favorite kind of painting. Walls don't need to be cared for. Floor doesn't need to be cared for. Fastest kind of painting there is.
When you have a little roller on hand and you don't want to go to the store, you paint with the little roller, even though it's gonna take you a little bit longer. It's all right. We make do here at Grace in My Space.
Hi. So I'm using leftover paint for this project, which equals free in my mind. I may have paid for it once, but it's like I didn't pay for it because I'm just using leftover paint. And that is my favorite type of project. Anytime I can spend $0 on this project is a win in my book.
One of the fun things of having the kids at home for the summer is that I have little helpers. Addie loves to be my camera woman, and she also likes to get in on the projects, so that's really fun when she wants to partake and help out and learn.
Wallpaper. So I have two patterns. I want to use this one on top. Isn't it pretty? And then the stripes on the bottom, kind of mimicking like a beadboard. But the question is, do I do half and half? Do I do a quarter on top, 3/4 on bottom? Do I do 3/4 on top and 1/4 on bottom? 2/3, a third? You know, there's lots of possibilities here. I think that's good. I'm gonna hold mine here. Now you put yours right here and hold it down to the bottom. That, or if I did, you make yours a little longer. That. All right, now there's my electronic level giving me my level lines, my plumb lines. This is so important for hanging wallpaper, so make sure that you have your plumb lines, because otherwise your paper is gonna get wonky every single different panel that you put up, and eventually it's gonna like downward slope or upward slope if you aren't level to begin with. Laser level, the way to go. I'm also adjusting the height of my level to see what I like as far as the ratio of the wall goes, because I definitely want most of this paper to be showing, and I want the other paper to be more like an accent. So I think I'm liking this ratio. I want to measure it. I'm gonna measure and see how close I am to like 3/4, 2/3. I feel like it's more like 2/3, 1/3. 33. This is the worst tape measure ever. 96. So yeah, that's pretty close to 2/3, 1/3. Eyeballing it. I'm gonna make that official.
It's looking so good. I love the pattern.
Now, this is one example of waiting to make bigger changes until you get your main aesthetic up. The wallpaper is the main aesthetic. I previously was not planning to keep these doors wood because they felt very dated before I did the wallpaper, but now,
look at how nice they look, very rich and character filled next to the wallpaper. They have a lot of the same wood tone that I have in my kitchen. And I think that now that I see them together, the wallpaper is very bold in like the busyness of it, and it makes these feel very rich and very time period appropriate. So I think I'll probably just polish up the hardware that's original and leave these as wood. I really like the way that it goes together.
Day 2 wallpapering. The first day took me about 6 hours to do about 3/4 of only the top half of the room. So I'm hoping to finish the top half today. Maybe I'll start on the bottom, I don't know. But then we're gonna do trim
in between to separate them and provide a little bit of definition, and then I can start building the desk. Corner is not so fun to do. It was not fun. I had to piece in this side because it was just too complicated to wrap it. But I think, you know, if you stand back, it's all gonna be okay. The top portion is done. Sorry it's so echoey in here. I am so pleased with how it looks. I cannot wait to do the stripes on the bottom, and it's gonna be so pretty. That took a really long time. That took me basically 2 full days just to do the top. There's a lot of obstacles with windows, and also just doing it half of the wall creates a lot of excess when you are matching your pattern up, and so good thing I ordered enough. Now, I told you that I was gonna do this more of like a selfie style in the moment video, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So we've gotten this far. The pattern's so pretty, and I could not wait to get that next step, and then I'll be able to build my desk, and then I'll be able to move in, decorate, use the space, and all of that is gonna come in the next video. So stay tuned, hit subscribe if you aren't already, and more is to come. It's gonna turn out so cute. Thanks for watching.